For this project, we researched robotics engineering. And then here's a little video that we found.
At the Robotics Institute, which is spread out through several buildings on and off campus, there's too much to see and learn about. We were overwhelmed. We got to spend a few minutes with Matt Mason, who's the director of the Institute and a faculty member.
The Robotics Institute started about 1979. And it was a new thing then, and everybody was excited about robotic revolution in manufacturing. It was done with money from Westinghouse Corporation, and but things really took off from there. The Robotics Institute is the only institution of its kind really in the whole world, and we have the first robotics PhD program. Anybody in the world who has a doctorate in robotics right now, they came from Carnegie Mellon.
That same day, we chatted a bit with Professor Howie Choset.
I came here because the Robotics Institute is the world's largest robotics research center. There's no other place like it in the world that has so many people, faculty, staff, and students dedicated to building and programming robots. So what we have here is one of our snake robots. It has 16 degrees of freedom, 16 joints that it can use to crawl on the ground and climb pipes.
We also got to meet with Takeo Kanade, who helped establish the Robotics Institute and who's done important work on vision systems for robots.
Why did I come here? I would say it's intellectual adventure. This Pittsburgh, Carnegie Mellon University, was the mecca of artificial intelligence in late 70s, 76 to 78. And I saw the real excitement of making machines intelligent.
We met some students and artists who work with children and robots in education. One nice day, we watched Stephen Tully working on campus with his 3 red ball robots called 43, 44, and 45. They may eventually help find landmines. And not far away, in another building, Professor of Computer Science Manuela Veloso and PhD candidate Stefan Sickler showed us some of their phenomenal soccer-playing robots.
So this is actually what we call a team of robots. So these mechanical little creatures were built here at Carnegie Mellon, and they are composed of motors and kickers and all sorts of what we call actuators, because they actuate changing the state of the world. In our particular case, they actuate by kicking balls and moving around.
Some people say it's a toy domain, and you know, it's true that it's there's no particular reason why we do soccer. There's no big goal behind soccer, but the key is that the research that we do with these soccer playing robots also applies to possibly all other sorts of domains.
Our tour of Pittsburgh robot sites also took us to Hazelwood, to the Robot Roundhouse. It's an old railroad shop left from the days of the steel mills, and there we got to meet Red Whitaker, who's the Fredkin Professor of Robotics and a living legend in the world of robots.
I chose Pittsburgh to build this class of machines that I call field robots, machines that operate in the world at large. What was needed was a place that had a good future in computing, that had an excellent industrial base, where good people were available, where you could start with not very much, where you could build from nothing and grow to the best in the world. There have been no disappointments.
Red said we could go for a ride in the car named Boss that drives itself. We bounced around and into the future on the flats of Hazelwood.
Every great robot has a great robot name. If you're going into a volcano, then Dante is a good robot. And if you're out to win a car race, it turns out that Boss is great. It's named for Boss Kettering, one of the greatest inventors in the automotive world. But the other is that Boss has a little edge on it.
Boss won the $2 million first prize in the 2007 DARPA Urban Challenge competition in California.
Boss sees the world with a variety of lasers, cameras, radars. On the lower corners are lasers that are great for cornering. and then longer range to view the road ahead. On the top is the most unique of sensors, which casts millions of laser points each second and is able to look all 360 degrees around a horizon, just like a lighthouse. And that is the kind of sensor that is revolutionizing automated driving.
This is state-of-the-art engineering.
And robotics is really about engineering. I think of it as the pinnacle of engineering, to try and build a system that actually can do even the things that humans and animals do, the most amazing and complex systems that we know of. It's so much fun. I don't understand how people in other fields can stand it. I'm surprised everybody doesn't want to come and do robotics.
Some of the best robotics engineering colleges are Carnegie, Mellon University, University of Michigan, Ann Arbor, Georgia Institute of Technology, Oregon State University, Johns Hopkins University, Massachusetts Institute of Technology, or MIT, University of Southern California, University of Pennsylvania, University of Maryland, University of Texas, Austin, Texas, Florida A&M University, and Cornell University.
Then here are some of the possible careers for robotics engineers, including CAD designers, mechanical engineers, robotics programmers, and all of the rest.
An in-state college we did is ASU, and their school colors are maroon and gold.
So for the cost of tuition, it's estimated to be around $11,338 for in-state students and $29,428 for out-of-state students. And then room and board costs approximately $12,648, and then for books and supplies, $1,148 and $718 for other fees.
Cost of coming home, travel expenses, and amount of travel time. It would take around 25 minutes in light traffic to drive from Scottsdale, Arizona to ASU's main campus. ASU is close enough to Scottsdale that you could theoretically walk there and back. It wouldn't cost anything if you bike or walk to ASU. It would cost less to bike and walk to ASU than to drive.
So for the recognition of AP, IB, and dual enrollment, a student may earn no more than 60 hours of credit by exams for any programs, including ASU's comprehensive and proficiency exams. So it does accept IB and AB diplomas if you have high test scores.
Admission requirements. According to ASU, ASU has an 85% acceptance rate. And to be admitted to ASU, you will need the following: 4 years of math, 4 years of English, 3 years of lab sciences, 2 years of social sciences, 2 years of same second language, and 1 year of fine arts, or 1 year career and technical education.
For scholarships and financial aid, ASU offers a lot of different scholarships, including the New American University Scholarship and the Financial Assistance Program. And these help low-income families and youth, and it also offers student employment, so students are able to work on campus and earn money that way.
Size and location. The ASU in Tempe is urban. It is approximately 640 size. ASU also has an extensive public art collection, and it is considered one of the 10 best among university public art collections in the U.S.
And for extracurricular activities, it offers over 1,000 different student-run clubs, and some of the activities include aerospace engineering, architecture, anthropology, and a lot more.
There's photos. The next college is well, the first college is then yours.
So the first one we researched was Carnegie Mellon University. This first college, the tuition is about $57,560 per year, and the room and board is about $15,500. And the cost of travel is about $264 for a round trip from Pittsburgh to Phoenix and back. And the travel time by plane from Pittsburgh to Phoenix is about 6 hours. For the admission requirements, this university does grant AP and IB credit, which can result in advanced standing or placement in a higher course. This private research university is very competitive with an acceptance rate of about 17.1%. And down here is a list of the admission requirements for Carnegie Mellon. Within this university, there are many different colleges and areas of study. They have the College of Engineering, Finance, Humanities and Social Sciences, Information Systems and Public Policy, Science, Computer Science, and Business. For scholarships and financial aid, Carnegie Mellon has a need-based financial aid program, and a majority of the students who apply for financial aid and demonstrate need receive this aid. There are many types of aid available. Grants and scholarships do not need to be repaid, and some students may be eligible to receive a name-endowed scholarship. The most common loan is a federal direct student loan, but students can also apply for the federal direct plus loans or private loans. For student employment, there are many available work-study programs and job opportunities on campus. Some of the campus information: the mascot of this university is Scotty, and the campus size is 153 acres, making it a relatively small campus compared to other universities. Its setting is urban because it's located in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and offers many extracurricular activities for its students, including Greek life, student-run clubs, and athletics. Here are some of the photos of the campus. And for the application questions, Carnegie Mellon uses the Common App exclusively, so here are the questions that are asked on the Common App. Carnegie Mellon also has a robotics institute with a goal to produce a new age of autonomous robots, and here are the fields of robotics that are being researched here, including aerial robotics, intelligent transportation systems, and many more. So how does Carnegie Mellon compare to ASU? Carnegie Mellon is very different from ASU. It has a lower acceptance rate and is also a lot smaller than ASU. However, they both have urban settings, and overall, Carnegie Mellon is a great university to choose for robotics engineering, with it being in the top 5 best colleges to study robotics. The next college that we researched was the University of Michigan in Ann Arbor. For the expenses, this public university has a tuition of about $52,266 per year, and the cost of room and board is around $12,034 annually. A round trip from Ann Arbor to Phoenix and back is about $247, and by plane it takes about 4 hours to get from Ann Arbor to Phoenix. For admission requirements, students that apply to this university may receive an advanced standing if they earn high test scores on the AP and IB exams. The University of Michigan is incredibly competitive with an acceptance rate of 22.8%, and these are some of the admission requirements for applying to this university, including a counselor recommendation and a teacher evaluation. For scholarships and financial aid, the University of Michigan offers many types of financial aid to its students, including scholarships, grants, and direct loans, and direct plus loans. The University of Michigan also accepts FAFSA and offers all of the loans listed, including the Michigan Competitive Scholarship, and many more. For some of the campus information, the University of Michigan mascot is the Wolverine, and this large campus is about 3,207 acres. It has an urban setting because it's located in Ann Arbor, Michigan, and has many extracurricular activities available to its students. These include student organizations, athletics, and Greek life. Their most popular sports are football, basketball, and ice hockey, with superior Division I varsity teams. Here are some of the photos of the campus. For their application essay questions, the University of Michigan also uses the Common App, but has 2 additional essay questions in order to get to know their applicants a little bit better. The first question is to choose one of the communities to which you belong and describe that community and your place within it. The second question asks to describe the unique qualities that attract you to the specific undergrad, college, or school, and how this curriculum would support your interests. They also have a really great robotics institute, and here are some of the focus areas, including artificial intelligence, manufacturing robots, and motion planning. How does this college compare to ASU? It's very different from ASU with a lower acceptance rate and a much larger campus. Both of these campuses are urban, and overall, this university is a great choice for robotics with a good robotics program and many clubs dedicated to robotics and research.
This is the third college. We did the University of Pennsylvania. The school colors are red and blue. The cost of tuition, room, and board. So residents of Pennsylvania pay an annual total price of $74,000 to attend UPenn on a full-time basis, and then the fee is made up of about $50,000 for tuition, $15,000 for room and board, and other costs for books and supplies. Cost of coming home / travel expenses and amount of travel time. So for a flight to Phoenix, Arizona from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, in economy, departing on the 17th, 2020, and returning 6 days later would cost around $300. Renting a car would cost around $100 for 5 to 6 days, and would take on average 4 hours and 37 minutes to fly from Pennsylvania to Scottsdale, AZ. So for AP classes, dual enrollment and IB courses, if you have taken any AP or IB courses, you will have a higher chance of being admitted into this college. So according to the University of Pennsylvania may award credit or advanced course standings to students who have taken AP or IB classes. And UPenn does allow double majors. Admission requirements and acceptance rates. So UPenn has an acceptance rate around 7%, and admission to Penn is very competitive. So based on some analysis, to have a good chance of being admitted, you need to have at least a GPA score of 3.9 or above, and have a SAT score of close to 1,570, or an ACT score of 34 or above.
Do you know the
scholarships and financial aid. According to College Factual, about $52,000 is a typical University of Pennsylvania's first-year financial aid package. Approximately 48% of incoming students receive some type of financial assistance, and the majority of which is in the form of scholarships and grants. And size of the campus, it has a total undergrad enrollment of 10,000. Its settling is urban, and its campus size is 299 acres. Some extracurricular activities. UPenn has about 650 clubs available to students. Some examples include the Taekwondo Club, Thai Students Association, and the UPenn Cycling Club. Some photos of the campus are right here. And these are some essay questions. Some of them are like, how did you discover your intellectual and academic interests? And how did you explore them at university? How would you explore them at University of Pennsylvania? And then there's others too. And then UPenn compared to ASU. ASU has a campus size of around 642 acres, and UPenn has a campus size of about 299. So ASU has the bigger campus size. And then at UPenn, it costs for tuition like $74,000, but for one full year at ASU, it's $12,000. And then acceptance rates, UPenn has a 7% acceptance rates, and ASU has a 85% acceptance rate. And then UPenn has less extracurricular activities than ASU. This is the fourth college, the University of Southern California, and then the school colors are Cardinal and gold. So cost of tuition, room and board. The annual list price to attend the University of Southern California on a full-time basis for 2018 to 2019 is $74,000 for all students, regardless of their residency. Fees compromised, $55,000 for tuition, around $15,000 for room and board, and other fees for book supplies. Cost of coming home, travel expenses, and amount of travel time. It would take around 2 hours and 22 minutes to reach the University of Southern California from the Phoenix Airport in Arizona. This consists of about 1 hour and 18-minute plane ride, and then another hour of traveling to the campus. It would cost around $48 to $153 for the plane ride and transportation to the actual campus. And AP, dual enrollment, and IB courses. So dual enrollment, IB, and AP programs will most times decrease your college workload and cost by earning credits in high school. But unfortunately, AP scores do not earn USC course equivalency. However, by participating in AP and IB classes, you're increasing your chances of being accepted into USC. Admission requirements and acceptance rates. USC is a private research university with an acceptance rate of around 11%, and the University of Southern California typically requires applicants to be in the top 8% of SAT. Some scholarships and financial aid available. USC offers scholarships such as Mork Family Trustee, Presidential, and many more. And according to USC, undergraduate financial aid includes grants, merit scholarships, loans, and federal work studies, and they can be awarded according to a student's and family's financial need. The size and location of the campus. USC is a private institution, and it was founded in 1880. Its settling is urban, and campus size is 226 acres. Some extracurricular activities. There's some at USC is accounting, history, journalism, and there's more. So here's some photos of the campus. One's football fields, a couple of statues. Here's some essay questions on the site. How does USC compare to ASU? Tuition for ASU is $11,000 in state, but for tuition to USC, it's around $55,000. ASU campus size is larger than USC, and USC has an acceptance rate of 11%, and ASU has an 85% acceptance rate. And these are just our sources. And
thank you for listening.